Recording. And welcome you all to the Forever Faithful team call tonight. Today is September 22nd, believe it or not. So we are almost finished with the month of September, which is just crazy to think about. I don't know about you, but I thought it flew by. And I cannot believe that we are, almost to October. It just always flies by. It's crazy. So, we will have our guest speaker tonight, Jen Guthrie. She's going to be hopping on to talk about recruiting, and she will be on in just a second. She just messaged me that her call ran over, so she'll be here. No worries. So just a couple quick announcements from my team. In just a bit, Jen's actually going to talk about a really cool way to do your sneak peeks to coaching. But for my team this month, we're going to stick to our plan that we did the same last month. We're going to do our 3-day sneak peek. It's going to start Sunday evening. It's going to run Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we'll have our live Q&A call / business opportunity call on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. And when we do that, we'll just be inviting our potentials to come and ask their questions and hear more about the opportunity after they have seen our posts for that week. And guys, seriously, tonight your cup is going to be so full of ideas to just go into recruiting, to coaching, and inviting people to this group after you hear Jen. I heard her speak about this at at Leadership in Destin last weekend, and I wrote a whole page of notes and just took away so much from her talk with us. So you are in for a treat this evening. Also, I just wanted to quickly shout out my team. This is our team's leaderboard this week on Forever Faithful. Congrats to Billy, Callie, Lindsay, myself and Rachel. We're all at Success Club 5, and I know we're pushing to get to 10 this month, and I know we will for sure. I just want to send a special shout out to Callie. I looked in my back office literally this morning, and then I looked again, and she was at Success Club 8. She went from 2 to 8 in one half of a day, just because she took a lot of time to really form and build relationships with a few ladies. So she recruited 3 new coaches to her team. So congrats, Callie, top recruiter this week. She also got a shout out on the Legacy leaderboard as top recruiter. So I just have to give kudos to Callie this week for really pushing hard and devoting to hitting Success Club. And I have no doubt she'll get to 10 plus this week. Also, almost there, Jillian, Francis, Jerry, Ashley, Brooke, I have Jordan at Success Club 2, Alicia, and Chelsea. So guys, awesome job. Keep pushing. You got points on the board. We still have a ton of time this month to believe. It's nearing an end, but at the same time, we are super close to changing more lives this week. So keep it up, ladies. Let's keep pushing. And for those of you who are guests on my call, I'm going to open this up to you too. But we take it some time at the beginning of our calls to share the floor and share a success, something either about a personal success you've had in your business this week, or take the time to recognize and shout out a fellow coach on our team for something that you noticed that they really stepped outside their comfort zone and worked on this week. So I'm going to open up the floor, and I encourage somebody to please speak up and share something that you're proud of yourself, or something that you've seen a teammate really take on this week. I've already shouted Callie out, so I've shared my success share this week. Would anyone else like to share? Somebody. I'll give one a minute to get their confidence up here. Somebody.
Hey, Liesl, can you hear me?
Yay, Hez! I knew you'd step up.
I don't want to take over your team call here at all, but I wanted to, since she's on the call, I wanted to shout out Steph. She has really amped up her recruiting aspect, and she did a kick butt post about her business this week, and I was really proud of her for stepping out of that comfort zone and sharing kind of the financial aspect a little bit of it, which I know you ladies all know that's kind of a scary post to do. And I just want to really say how proud I am of Steph, because she kicked butt on it and it went over really well. So good job, Steph.
Oh, sorry, guys. I'm talking to Jen. She's coming. She had to re-download Zoom on her phone, and now she's logging in on her computer, and we'll make a grand entrance here in just a moment. So I'm sorry. I totally missed what you had to say about Steph. But congrats, Steph. Yay. Does someone else want to share?
I do, Liesel.
Yay, Allie.
Yeah. Thanks for having us on the call tonight.
Sure.
I wanted to actually shout out Joy, because she has totally picked up my slack from my travels for the past week. We're running challenge groups together, and she's really taking the time to make sure the posts are up there every single day, and she's really doing a great job with her journey. So I wanted to make sure I shouted her out.
Awesome, Joy. She's the bomb, really. Anyone else? We might as well keep sharing since we're waiting for Jen. Anyone? Don't feel shy. I gotta shout Allie out, because she was not world traveler, but I probably felt like it. Major traveler, doing everything she could. She had to take the kids all the way to Pittsburgh, drop them off at home at her mom's, and she left the kids totally outside. Probably her comfort. I mean, she was nervous about leaving the kiddos behind, of course, just to come to the leadership retreat, and she made everything happen and made sure that she was at that retreat for her business and herself. And it's just events are just so important, and it's really just super important to get there and make those sacrifices. So Allie's always a great example of someone that makes a sacrifice for whatever she can do to move her business forward. So great role model always, but I gotta shout her out, because sometimes we forget how much sacrifice she does put out there to run our team. So shout out to you, Allie.
Can you hear me?
Is it Jen?
Yeah. Can you see me?
Yay! I see you. Yes. Hi, Jen. Well, we were just doing our little success share of the floor. Everyone's super right now. We just like to share each other's success on the beginning of the call. But are you ready to roll, Jen? Do you need your slides?
I am. If you have them, that would be awesome. I had to get a different computer.
Yes, I do have them that you share with me. So you can just let me know when you want to advance to the next one.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for waiting on me, guys. Sorry about that.
I think I need to, well, first I'll introduce you. Miss Jen Guthrie. I believe, are you a 6-star qualifying?
We are 5-star qualifying. We were almost 6-star qualifying.
Okay.
We're working on it.
Jen is a 5-star qualifying diamond coach. How long, Jen, have you been in the business officially?
November will be the second year, the end of November. So
she's almost 2 years into her coaching business. And guys, she is going to give you tonight some really simple, I think they're really simple steps into this top-notch recruitment. Jen does it so very well, and you are going to just you're going to eat this up. Seriously. So get your notepad ready, because you're going to take a whole page of notes. I guarantee you. I'm going to get mine ready too, because I'll probably take more. And I'm going to turn it over to Jen. I think though, actually I have to, hang on, fix my screen share real quick since I have.
Yay. Thank you.
Wait a second. Okay.
I'm getting my life together.
No, you're fine.
So, it fell apart when my dogs were chasing a bullfrog. That's what happened.
Great. My dog last night, I don't know if you saw my post on Facebook, but got away from me, chased a cat through bushes for an hour, and I couldn't get to him. So I feel you. Okay, can you see my screen now with you on it?
Yes, I see your Forever Faithful team call slide.
Oh, do you not see yours? Your slides?
No,
Darn
I
it.
don't.
Okay, hang on. Let me stop.
No, it's, and like, look, let me go ahead and pull up my email in case I need to use them from there
Okay,
too.
I think I can fix it though. I'm sorry, everybody.
No, I'm the one who should be apologizing because my life's a hot mess over here, which is great because the great part about this is I'm going to teach you about recruiting from like the normal lifestyle, not the full-time coach, a million star diamond lifestyle.
Yeah, that's so awesome about that. Can you see it now?
Let me see. I just pulled up mine. Let's see. Yes, there we go. Perfect.
Okay, well, I can't see anyone, so just yell at me if something goes
Okay. Right. So I'm excited about this call because I always love hearing about recruiting, but I'm always super intimidated when it's coming from full-time coaches, top 10, 3-time top 10 coaches, because I'm like, that's not going to work for me because I'm not there yet. That's always been kind of my approach to coaching. We can go to the next slide, Liesl. So there's a couple of barriers we're going to break right off the bat. And it goes like this. So you need to know right from the gate that recruiting is a mindset. And if you are afraid to recruit coaches, that is what is holding you back in your recruiting. So how can we do this? You act like a top coach. Your followers will believe you're a top coach, and eventually you're going to believe you're a top coach. So let me give you some examples. So this last year, I was shooting for Premier. And I'm super pumped about that. And I was excited. But we in the Beachbody world know that a premier coach does not mean you are like a top 10 coach. But I made my followers freaking believe I was number one in the company. And that's kind of what you have to do. You have to get in this mindset of showing them how good you are. Even if you are like a brand new emerald coach, you still are amazing. Like they have, to them, to your followers, they have no idea what any of this means. So you literally have like this world, this canvas to paint on however you want. So if these are your thoughts, I don't deserve to be here. Yes, you freaking do. And you need to tell yourself that. Oh, I'm a red personality. Forgot to say that at the beginning. Let me just get that out there. Number 2, I'm not a strong leader. This is what I hear all the time. But yes, you are. And until you believe you're a strong leader, guess what, guys? You're not going to be one, okay? Because you don't even believe you're a strong leader, all right? If you aren't confident before inviting, sit down and read some personal development before you invite, and read some personal development about confidence. And what if they don't want to join you? This has to be your attitude, because let me see. I don't think I can see all of you, but maybe I can see a few of you. Raise your hand for a second while I scroll down. Raise your hand if you are a blue personality. Okay, so I have, oh, hey, Allie. Hey, girl, just saw you on here. Raise your hand if you are red. Okay, awesome. Do I have any yellows or whites? I'm scrolling through here to see. No, I didn't, oh, maybe I saw one. Okay, so here's the thing. Whatever personality color you are, we all tend to approach this a different way. This has to become your mindset. Some will, some won't. Who cares? Who's next? That has to be your attitude when you're talking about recruiting. You cannot be defeated because the first person you invited to coach on your team told you no. Because I did that, guys. I did that. When I first became a coach, I didn't seriously recruit to work this business with people until January or February of this year. So think of all that time that I sat there and wasted because I was too afraid of being told no. So all these mistakes I'm telling you are things that I personally did. All right, we can go to the next slide. I was trying to move it on mine. So recruiting is a mindset. Again, it is fun. You are good at it, and you are offering a huge gift to people. So I'm guessing if you're on this call, Beachbody has in some way changed your life, right? Okay, so you're offering that gift to other people. You are a top coach. People can't wait to hear from you. So when I sit down to message, I'm like, oh my gosh, their life's about to change because I'm sending them a message. Maybe they don't give 2 craps about my message, but in my mind, it is the end of the world because I'm a big deal and they need to know I'm a big deal, so I'm going to act like a big deal. And that's truly the mindset you have to have. Now, here's the other thing. There's no wrong way and there's no right way to recruit, but people need this in their life and it's up to you to show them. We can go to the next slide. All right. So this is my favorite slide. This is your party and nobody's coming if you don't invite to it. Same way you would invite to your child's birthday party. No one's coming to bring your kid a present if you did not send them an invite in the mail. They have no idea it exists. And that is truly how this is. And you have to think, how many of you have interviewed for a real life job before? I'm like scrolling through to look at your hands. I'm a teacher, so I do this often. Sorry. Okay. So pretty much all of us have interviewed for a job before. How good does it feel when you are chosen? How good does it feel when someone says, hey, we think you'd make a great candidate? That's how you have to look at coaching. It makes them feel good when you tell them you believe they would be good at something that you're doing. And I actually messed around with this last night a little. So I found some people who I had been talking to a while back that weren't very confident. And I went back and I said this to them. I feel like you would be a great candidate on my team. Like, what's holding you back? And they said, I just don't feel like I'm a strong leader. All they needed was that belief in them. Okay. All right. We can continue. All right. So I have 3 styles of recruiting, and I'm about to get real talk on you. So brace yourself, but it's just for one side. So then it gets better. You recruit from challenge groups, from public and private social media, and sneak peeks. And then we'll talk about discount coaches here shortly. So I'm going to start with this. If you are not running challenge groups, and whether you're co-running them, running them by yourselves, doesn't matter. If you have challengers in a group, and I find this with my own team, so I'm talking from my own experience, and you are not posting, participating, commenting on their stuff, sending them messages, shame on you, because you are their coach. And your challengers are never going to be interested in coaching if you were not interested in what they had to say, if you were not interested in their challenge group, if you did not help them fall in love with the process. And that's just the point blank. If you aren't investing in your challenge groups, you're shooting yourself in the foot 100% when it comes to recruiting. Every single diamond coach on my team, and we now have, well, we have 6, but we have a few that are like in and out, 5 and 6. They all started as challengers. Every single one of them started as a challenger, and that's why they are successful. All right, we can continue. So let's talk a little more about challenge groups. My team, I'm watching them share their stuff on another computer. See? Wave to them. It's funny. Double dipping over here. So adding value to your challenge groups, engaging your challengers. So some little things you can do this. You can send them a private message during the week. Like maybe they don't interact a lot in the challenge group. Well, we have this glorious tool now called the challenge tracker, and you can send a message to all of your challengers and make it something really personal. And I'm really trying to make an effort to do that once a day so that they know that I'm connected and that I'm committed to helping them get through this challenge. It is the perfect setup to recruit a coach. The perfect setup. It gets no easier than recruiting a coach from a challenge group. So identify those potential coaches. So people who are posting, talking to you, telling you they're loving it. Maybe they're loving Shakeology. They're logging their workouts. Those are the people, guys. Think about yourself when you started. That was you. Okay, so those are the people that you want to join your team. So if you look here, if you started as a challenger, think about why you chose to sign up as a coach. And I guarantee you can think of a way to get your current challengers to coaches as well. We can go to the next slide. All right. So those leading challengers, talk to them and tell them why you believe they should be a coach. So a simple message. Here we go at the bottom. Wait, that's discount coach. But it's very similar. So, hey, friend, I'm glad you're loving your challenge group. Have you ever considered coaching? That is legit what I say every time. And if they say yes, I get them signed up, ready for Coach Basics. If not, I offer challengers a discount. So they are customers first, and then they do really well in their group. And I tell them this exact thing right here. I wanted to offer you the discount. There's a one-time $40 fee, but I'll get it refunded ASAP. So basically it's free, and you get Shakeology way cheaper. Boom, there's a coach in my downline. I made them fall in love with me. I made them fall in love with their challenge group. They're not going inactive anytime soon. Stress is gone, okay? So you have to think about the other side of things too. It doesn't necessarily have to be a coach that's coming in to just go crazy with the business. This is another really good tip. All right, and every time I send this, I went back through some statistics. About 8 out of 10 people end up signing up for the discount, okay? We can go to the next slide. Okay, so I don't know if you can see all of this, but this is actually a conversation that I had with one of my new coaches that's working her way to Diamond now. And this wasn't long ago. This was August, okay? She started as a challenger. So we're talking first message. She said, that's so sweet. Thanks for your constant encouragement. I'm loving the way I feel. I'm so happy you're happy. And she was like, yes, it might be my favorite part. So my next message. So don't think I'm being a crazy person, but you should totally be a coach. Okay? So she set up for it. And I'm thinking more about it every day, totally leaning towards yes. And then she sent me her address. I forgot why I asked her for it. And then she was like, I'm curious what a coach does. So then I said, of course, let's chat one day and I can answer any questions you have. And we ended up putting her in a sneak peek. And guys, she's a rock star coach, straight from a challenger. So over here at the top, you can see an example message that you send. Hey, you're crushing your challenge group, and I'm beyond proud of you. I'm dying to ask, have you considered coaching at all? It can be that simple. You don't have to explain what you do as a coach. You don't have to do a write-up about, I do, because this is my old message. Hey there, I would love for you to be a coach. We work on fitness and Shakeology, and we create meal plans. That sounds like a lot of work, okay? And we know what we do as coaches, but we also know that we ease them into that. It's not like straight out of the gate you do all this stuff. So try to stay away from telling them all of the assignments they're going to have. Tell them just simply, have you considered it at all? Okay? We can go to the next slide. I'm moving my Zoom around here. So the benefits of recruiting coaches from your challenge groups. And there's my point. All of my diamond coaches, team builders, and team leaders were challengers first. I hardly have anyone who came in here just for the business. They all started as challengers. They start off more passionate about products because they've seen the results, they've done it already, and you help them fall in love with the process. So that brings it all back to my original point with challenge groups. If you aren't investing in them, start right this second. Like, you get on your Facebook page while I'm talking and you invest in those challengers that you have, okay? Because guess what? They're going to be your rock stars. And I'm telling you from 100% my personal experience right now in the business. That's where they came from. All right, next slide. Let's talk about public recruiting. This is my favorite topic of all time. So your public social media posts have to reflect what you're sending in messages. I actually talked to one of my coaches about this today because she's not at Success Club and she's stressing and she's like, I just can't get anybody to join. So I went and looked through her Facebook page. See, you guys are getting good stuff I didn't get to share at the retreat because this hadn't happened yet. But I looked and I went to her page and her conversations were good. But she had not one post about a challenge group or her fitness or what she's doing on her personal page. So those messages, what happens is when somebody gets it, they're going to her page to look and there's nothing there. So you have to consistently beat it into the ground, talk about it over and over and over. Every single post you make, you somehow include the word coach or challenge group. Obviously, okay, so let's say 2 a day. One about a challenge group, one about a coach, and then you can do another one, whatever you want. So this was an example of one I did. And I'm very strategic, and I know you guys are too. When I'm planning on recruiting coaches, my posts are all going to be about the benefits of coaching for like 2 weeks. I don't talk about challenge groups unless I'm saying, as a coach, I love doing X, Y, Z. Does that make sense? Can I get a nod? All right, awesome. So this was about Jamie graduating from graduate school because the whole reason I started being a coach was so that he could graduate. Scout! Sorry, I had to yell at my dog. She's barking at the bullfrog still. Still an event here. So people have been able to follow me for this whole 2 years, and they saw when we first started and where we've come now. So if they've been on the fence at all, then they just saw that I made happen what I said was going to happen in the beginning. So you have to think, even some of this stuff is long-term. It doesn't matter. You still have to share it consistently because those people a year from now are signing up with me now that shook their head in the beginning. So that's why you have to constantly share those pieces of your story. All right, next slide, please. So let's talk about tips for posting. Make a list of 25 things that you love about coaching. Handle objections publicly. I'm going to do one tomorrow. I'll tell you guys, so just so you know. So someone on my team page today was like, oh no, somebody said this thing about Shakeology. I'm so sad. And they posted the link. And I was like, girl, don't even sweat it. Just do a post tomorrow and show your abs and be like, I love when people tell me Shakeology doesn't work. Proof's in the pudding, y'all. And you'll see that on my Facebook page bright and early in the morning. And I'm going to say, P.S., just kidding. It's in the abs. All right. That's how you handle an objection with confidence. So you're saying, I don't care what you have to say. Look at me. I'm the proof. I'm the proof that this is working. All right. Here's an example of a list. Price, fear of selling, fear of failure. Relate to who you were before a coach. What were your objections? What did you think? Repeat yourself over and over. I literally just did a post that I did a year ago because it got a lot of traction a year ago. And I've added 1,000 new friends and they need to see it too because it's funny. Okay. All right. So let's look at tips for messaging. You have to get over the fear. The only people that think coaching messages are weird are coaches. Nobody else in the whole entire world is thinking twice about it. So somebody told me once, they were like, get over yourself and send the message. And I was like, ow, okay. But it is it is true. Get over yourself and send the message. They're not thinking that much about it. And then you need to also think about being sincere. Tell people why you want them on their team. Do they already love fitness? Do they have a strong social media presence? Are they a teacher? Do you think they could benefit from the financial aspect? Be honest and tell them why you want them to be a coach on your team. All right. And tell them the truth. If they say, I would love to, but I'm worried about the price. You say, you know what, girl, I was worried about the price too. And our first goal in your Coach Basics will be earning your products for free. Boom, objection handled. If they come at you with another one and say, well, do the programs really work? Heck yeah, check out my transformation. Okay. There's always an answer for a conversation. All right. We can go to the next slide. And if you can't think of 25 things, here's a list for you that you can use. So there's 25 things. And this is my actual list that I pull from when I'm talking about coaching. All right. And, I talk about the community, new friends, and these are great little nuggets for when I'm like, oh God, I don't know what to post. Oh geez, I can't think of anything. Jamie, help me. I can pull from this list and I'm like, oh, here's something I can create a post around that has to do with coaching. All right. And my favorite, talking about objections publicly. Here's a list of 10 things that you can post about that you may have been afraid of and talk about how you overcame it. So screenshot this slide because it's a good one. All right. You guys got that?
Oh,
Perfect.
I was going to screenshot it.
Oh yeah, no, go for it.
No, you're good. Good. I got it. Is this your next one?
My team is making fun of me right now.
Good.
Okay.
I'll make fun of you now too.
Oh, well, they're so mean to me. All right. So handling objections. This post right here recruited me, my coaches, Lauren and my coach, Marie. Okay. It wasn't necessarily all at the same time, but it was in the time frame. And they always tell me it was this post because both of them told me that they didn't think they had what it took to be successful because their life's crazy and they don't have it together. Painting the picture of perfection in the coaching world is another shot in the foot because people cannot relate to that. I see these coaches posting their like thousands of dollar incomes and like their accolades and all of their stuff. Nobody freaking knows what that is. But what they can relate to is the fact that you just rolled out of bed, you're a hot mess, and you're trying to get your life together because that's all of us. Share the struggle and encourage people. So this one says, and I think this was right after NLC when we had something go on. I was like, the coach life can be pretty glamorous. We get rockstar treatment, photo shoots, paid vacation. But do you see this picture? This is me every day. So share what it's like for you every day. Don't just share the highlight reel, okay? Share the real struggles of what goes on. All right. We can continue. Okay. So private recruiting. My recruiting almost 100% takes place in private messages. I very rarely do, and sometimes I'll do like the all call posts and I do invite to sneak peeks, but the majority of it I like to get done here. So here's something simple. Hey friend, I saw you became a Zumba instructor. Congrats. Hey, I'm super excited about it. And then we talked about fitness and then I ended with, have you ever considered Beachbody coaching at all? I think you'd love it, especially if you love fitness. So that was just a gateway to a conversation. I didn't bombard her with information. She actually signed up as a coach. So I'm glad that I used that example because she hadn't when I made this slideshow. So here are some examples over here that you can use. Hey, so-and-so, I saw that you liked my post about coaching. Thanks for the love. Have you ever thought about doing what I do? I send that to one of these two right here to every single person that likes my post about that had the word coach even in it, whether they express interest or not. And then the other example is just wanted to pop in and say, thank you for the love on my page. I truly appreciate it. And they usually come back with something like, oh girl, thanks for the inspiration. I love following your page. And it's just little gateways into a real conversation. And that's where the recruiting and private messaging starts. All right, let's go to the next page. All right. Sneak peeks. So this like blew everyone's mind in Destin and I'm still getting like tons of messages about it. I haven't talked to Allie and Liesl about this yet, but seriously like blowing up my messages. But let me just tell you, it's because they're overthinking the sneak peek. The sneak peek is overthought. So I'm just going to tell you what works for my team and I. So I do a sneak peek. We make a Facebook group, just a regular old closed Facebook group. In the top, I don't put pictures of my face and of myself because I think that can be off-putting. But again, that is just me. I've done it before. I don't do it now. I just simply put up a banner that says the sneak peek into the coach life and I put the date and time. So my team and I invite to this. And hold on one second, you guys. Alden said hello. So the sneak peek that we host, it's a Facebook. I'm trying to explain it really simply because I think I was too confusing at the retreat. It's just a group. We don't upload any files. We don't upload any photos, nothing. All we do is I do one post and I say something like, welcome to our sneak peek. We will kick off at this time and date. And our coaches do welcome people as they're added. So welcome, Liesl. Thank you. We're so excited to share our business with you. Hey, Ashley, so excited to share. Please ask any questions. The day before, I do a live video and tell them what to expect. I say, tomorrow night we're going live. Feel free to interact with us, ask questions. We want to help you make the right decision for you. Let's see if it's a good fit. You're kind of gearing it towards them. And that is all we do leading up to this event. Does that make sense? A lot of people kept saying, well, what material do you upload? And I was like, I don't know what you're asking me. I'm so confused. Nothing else. We stripped out all of the fluff. So we have this. We go on, and there's 6 of us. And I'm about to show you the order of videos we do, but it's very interactive, and I think it's worked well because they don't have to be seen. They don't have to log into anything. They're literally clicking a Facebook group, sitting at their computer and watching, okay? And if they have a question, they can comment. And you can see the number of people watching, but that's it. And I think it takes a lot of that pressure off, and a lot of those people who maybe truly just might be curious and want to see, then they don't feel so like obligated. Does that make sense? Kind of, sort of. And it's really great for those on the fence. So what I was saying in Destin is this style of recruiting, sneak peek, that is my last resort. I do not rely on my sneak peek to get coaches or challengers or anybody on my team. This is like my last resort for people who are on the fence, people who truly aren't sure. This is going to drive it home for them. The rest I tried to do in the 2 weeks prior to this event. Okay, so if you're waiting till the very end of the month and relying on that to be your only source of recruitment, you're not going to get but maybe like one person. I've done this before. Remember, these are my mistakes that I'm sharing with you. So this is a really, really great tool. And I know I added Liesl and Allie to our one from last month. So I'm sure you guys, if it's something your teams want to do, it'll be getting set up shortly. So let's go ahead and go to the next slide so I can tell you about it. So this is what we do every single time. The spotlight has to be on the team. Like, you can't, I noticed that people get turned off from coaching when it's just all about you. Like, if I got on there and did the whole thing, then it looks like it's just for me. But when they get to see how we interact with each other and how we talk to each other and build one another up, which we do the whole time. So like if Jess is talking, I'm like, oh my gosh, Jess, you're so great. You explained this so well. Thank you. So they get to see how we talk to each other, our relationship. We shout each other out on there and other things like that. And it just, I think that's what attracts them through this sneak peek is the team culture. So our first video is live, and it's usually me, and I do the welcome, a snippet of my story, and I handle the pyramid scheme objection. And it's very quick. It's like a 5-minute thing. And by handling the pyramid scheme objection, in case you're thinking about this, I literally just say, anyone in Beachbody has the opportunity to pass someone else up. You're never stuck in one place, because that's it. That just busts the pyramid scheme. So it doesn't have to be this long, elaborate explanation. Video 2 is who is coaching for, and it's a very like encouraging video where we just talk about like if you're passionate, if you're driven, maybe you want to make a change yourself, maybe you're not at your fitness goals. We basically describe everybody, like your general person. We're teachers, moms, because we're just crushing it that the objection that you have to be in perfect shape and crushing the objection that you have to be like this top-notch fitness expert to be a coach. That's all that video is for. Then live video 3, we explain our challenge group, what it is and what we do. And we also are sure to explain that you do not have to run them on your own when you first start as a coach. We are going to help you. Then Alden comes in with, do I have time for this? And she's a mom and she's a teacher and she's like involved in her church and Bible study. So she's the best person on our team to talk about time management. So she talks about that. Haley talks about how coaches make money, and we cover every topic except for we don't go far into cycle bonus because it's just a sneak peek. They don't need to know like every little detail. We talk about basically just the commission, the opportunity for residual income, and bonuses. That's pretty much all we cover. And then we do a wrap up where we're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for hopping on. Like, it means so much to us that you took time out just to have an opportunity to look at what we have to offer you. Like, please talk to your team. Let us know how it was. And then that sets us up to message every single person who is in the group to say, hey, how did you like the sneak peek? hey, did the sneak peek answer your questions? And that's just like that final push at the end of the month that sets us up for success, because all of these people on the 30th or 31st, whatever that Tuesday falls on, you can bet your booty they're going to be signing up on the 1st of the next month. And it secures Success Club for a lot of us right out of the gate. All right. Next slide. All right. So let's talk about discount coaches for a second. So there are pros and cons, and I'm going to be real with you because Lisa and Allie and I have talked about this a lot, and we're all kind of on the same page. So this is what I'm going to tell you. When you come in, if you are a coach building towards rank, this is what I teach my coaches. I built for rank first. However, I don't manipulate it. I offer to people, like, if I think someone's going to be a coach maybe later, I tell them, I'm like, well, let's get you set up as a discount coach now and see if you can find anyone who's interested. There are challengers that I have also signed up as discount coaches right out of the gate if I think that money is going to be an issue for them. So it really is on a person-to-person basis, and I tell them every time exactly what this means. Hey, I'm signing you up as a discount coach because we're good friends. All this means is you're getting Shakeology cheaper and discounted shipping. I do not manipulate and just send them the link to discount coach. I don't think that you should do that. I think you should explain to them without going into like a crap ton of detail. Or, you could even say, hey, so I have two options in signing you up. I can sign you up as a customer or as a discount coach. Here's the perks of discount coach. Which sounds better for you right now? Like, just meet people where they want to be, okay? Now, here's the next part that I'm going to say that kind of differs with that a little. When I have a new Emerald coach on my team, discount coaches, because getting Emerald right out of the gate is a huge win and a huge motivator for a brand new coach. Okay. And then I kind of change it later. So it's really all about meeting people where they are and what their goals are. So if they're a hobby coach, I don't care about them getting Emerald, but if they're all in wanting to go all the way, then yes, we're going to get to Emerald fast. So this is what I teach all of my new coaches. And like right now in a qualification, like 5-star, discount coaches, we are not signing up some customers because we are keeping this rank. And we've talked about it as a team and we agree and we understand what each other's doing. But getting to Emerald and getting that shout out really gives a new coach their first win. So that's something you need to think about with your brand new coaches, because we all know it takes longer to recruit a working coach when you're brand new. So getting them that discount and getting them to Emerald, like the new one today, her Emerald is discount coaches, but she is thrilled to the freaking roof that she's an Emerald right now, that she went Emerald in her first month. So that's something to consider. And I believe I have one more slide. Oh, 2 more slides. So be beautiful. Okay, so I see so many coaches that are trying to be someone else. And I 100% am guilty. I tried so hard at the beginning. I copied everything Val did. If she did fitness, I did fitness. If she did this, I did this, because that's what I thought I had to do when I became a coach. Okay, it took me a while to realize, like, my personal brand, don't think you have to go and do this if this is not like you. I don't like work out at the exact same time every single day. So I don't always do a crush my workout first thing in the morning post every single day. Like, my personality, I like to be funny and I like to say funny things. So that's more of my brand and what I share with people. So if you go to my page, but I've been consistent enough where that works. Okay. So whatever you're going to do, it has to be consistent. I still sneak in the word challenge group and the word coaching. Like, people can go to my page, scroll through one day and automatically know what I do as a job. And that should be evident in your page too. They should be able to come scroll through one day's worth of posts and know that you're a coach, you run challenge groups, and they can do it too. Okay. That has to be evident. But it doesn't have to be like a cookie cutter way. Okay. It doesn't have to be like crush 21 day fix this morning and then post your Shakeology and then post a healthy snack, because that's what I used to do. And it doesn't have to be that way. Share your own self. All right. And let's wrap it up with some final thoughts. Keep recruiting simple. Don't overthink. That's the one thing I learned in Destin. People overthink this business way too much. Like, y'all should have heard the questions. I was like, guys, like, it's not that hard. You're thinking way too much. Keep it so simple. Be real with people. Be sincere with people. And don't overcomplicate your messages. Saying something like, hey, girl, I know you adore CrossFit. Have you ever thought about doing what I do? That is a perfect invite. You don't need to add anything else to that. And you know what else I tell people who are on the fence? The worst case scenario, friend, Lisa, girl, if you sign up to be a coach, the worst thing that can happen is you end up with a rockin' body and you decide that you don't want to be a coach. That is the worst thing that can happen. And I make sure to drive that home with people, So I think you want to go back to the the talking screen?
Yeah.
Awesome. So those are my tips, and I hope you guys were able to get some good little nuggets from there. Let me go to gallery view so I can see everyone. Is anybody like, oh my gosh, this just like blew my mind because it's so easy?
Yeah.
How many of you have like been stuck in that I send 5 paragraphs when I'm recruiting? Because I did it. So don't like be afraid to raise your hand, because like literally up until a few months ago, I'm like, hey, so I started with Shakeology and these fitness programs, and we work really hard and we're a great team. And like, I just sent like this monster paragraph and I was getting nothing. So, you know, if you're doing something and you're not getting what you want back, it's up to you to think, go back and analyze, what am I saying that I can say differently? You have to be willing to try something else. Like, I find a lot of coaches are like, well, I've been doing this for, 4 years and this is what I say and it's not working. Well, at what point were you going to be like, maybe it's me and I need to try something else? Like, it blows my mind. So if something you're doing isn't working, take the ownership of your business to think, maybe I need to try something else. Okay. So does anyone have any questions? Are you like, oh my God, get this red girl out of here. Bring me back to my blues.
No. Stay around. No, I think the biggest takeaway I had, Jen, I'll just share with you, because I was totally trapped into the like, okay, I'm going to invite somebody and they're going to give me an objection. And then I'm going to say, hey, come to my sneak peek and we're going to tackle that objection there. Like, I was so hanging on for that sneak peek to hook them in. So we'd have a conversation like 2 weeks before, and then I would just wait around for the sneak peek, and then the sneak peek would happen and they still had the same worry and the same fear and objection. So
you know what? I totally have done that too. Like, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I just had like that was my light bulb moment in Destin, and then hearing it again was just like so awesome. So well, I don't know what I was gonna say, but that was my like biggest takeaway. To the sneak peek needs to be like the final like cherry on top, not what you're waiting around for.
Yeah. No, it's true. And that's like, I don't know where someone told me that. I heard it somewhere and I was like, oh my gosh. Cause Liesl, same thing. Like, for the first 6 months of this year, I was doing that same thing. They would be like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, well, we have a sneak peek. Here's the link. We'll take care of it in there. It's true. Cause it's scary to handle an objection.
It is, but it's scary, but it's worth it. So.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any questions?
Ask them, seriously.
I have a question. Did my video come back on? Sorry, guys.
Oh, there you are. Hey,
I'm
Jillian.
walking around in the dark. Let me turn a light on here. I was like trying not to wake anybody. Okay. Sorry. So, Jen, I was wondering, when you talk about, and it's still kind of, I'm still in the phase of like trying to build my legs and automatically sign everybody up as discount coaches. I just wanted some clarification. So even if you sign them up as a customer at first and then you switch them to a coach, they still get the $40 fee waived, even if they don't do it?
Yeah, they just have to do it within the first 30 days. So like if you have a customer, like I send them a message. I write them in my calendar a week before their 30th day. And I send them a message and I'm like, hey, if you're still loving your Shakeology, let me know. We'll get you a discount. And then I upgrade it. So there's a thing they can do on they log in online, click become a coach, pay $40. And then I ask for their login and I go in and do the form to request the refunds.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Cool.
Yeah. But if you're still building your legs, Jillian, and is Liesl your upline or Allie?
Lindsay.
Lindsay. Where's Lindsay at?
I don't know.
I thought I just saw her name a second ago. So if you're still building your legs, like, I don't know if you want to talk like separately or if you don't mind saying it in front of your team, like, where are your legs right now? Like, how many more coaches are you pushing for?
Like, I have 6 and 6 right now on each leg, and I've only got 1 active emerald under me right now. I've got a few really good prospects attending our sneak peek next week, but I'm really just trying to get some more active coaches.
Okay, so those prospects, this is my challenge for you. I'm about to Liesl knew I was about to do this too. I can totally see her smiling up there. This is my challenge for you, and it's going to be scary. Those prospects that are going into your sneak peek, send them all a message tonight. And, depending on what you guys have been talking about, say something like, I'm so excited to talk with you next week. Have you given any more thought to it? Do you have any questions? What has you interested in it? Ask them those questions and keep that conversation going. and see what they say, because, worst case scenario, they sign up sooner.
Right. Okay.
That's something to think about. And then, I say continue. If you're billing for diamond rank, add some discount coaches. I did that in the beginning. I'm not going to tell you it's wrong. I signed up like only discount coaches, like my first
Right.
100 people probably. And in my second business center right now, I'm working on diamond. Like it's only discount coaches in there because I care more about my rank right now than I do like the direct, the income. Like I know everyone disagrees and agrees on this. And I know Allie and Lisa and I, we've all talked about it. There's truly pros and cons to both. But if you're building for rank and that's where you want to go, sign the discount coaches. Would you guys agree? Yeah. Okay. And if you're not caring about your rank, which you should be, because I'm telling you the income comes later. Like my mind is blown in the past 3 months. Like you're signing the discount coaches is not going to hurt you. I promise you, it's not going to hurt your business. I think that's a big fear people have. Does that help, Jillian?
Yes, it does.
Let us know how those, I'm going to message you later and be like, so how those messages go?
Well, I'm excited. It's like, I feel kind of like I'm selective. Like I don't just invite anybody, and maybe that hurts me, maybe that hinders me. But I feel like you're looking for the right person, and like if they're not showing up in their challenge group, then are they gonna show up in
right? No, and you're right, because I've heard for a long time, anybody and everybody. No, that's false. I don't look for everybody and anybody. I like pick out people. So like I can tell you this month I have 10 people on my list, and I don't want anybody who's not one of those 10 people. And if it means I only get 2 of them, great. I just got 2 quality coaches who are going to get me somewhere versus, oh, look at my high numbers in recruiting just to have them all quit. Because I see a lot of coaches, I'm about to be like, real talk. I see a lot of coaches who say they have really high recruiting numbers, but I don't ever see an Emerald shout out. So who's the real winner here?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So recruit for quality over quantity, for sure. Both shizzle.
Love it.
Anyone else? Sorry for my dog. We still have the bullfrog in the pool. Like this is an episode here. And it's like this big. Oh, do you guys have bullfrogs? Just thought of that. I'm not talking to Southerners. Well, Megan. Where's Megan? She was on here. So, redneck. Sorry. Did you guys get some good takeaways?
Heck yeah.
Are you feeling good about things? Are you going to take some things? So in the chat bar before we go, this is your challenge. Everybody needs to put one thing in the chat bar that they're going to implement that they have not implemented before in their recruiting. And it can be like one sentence. And there's the 1, 2, 3, 4. Allie doesn't count. 5, 6, 7, 8. Just kidding, Allie. You can play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there needs to be 11 people commenting in this chat bar. All right. So sneak peek revamp. I agree. I need to. Oh, and I don't know if you guys know this, but like your upline coaches, Liesl, Allie, Lindsay, like they're freaking amazing. Like if you're ever have a question, I hope you're going to them and you realize what value they are. Like what I go to them like on a daily basis and ask them for help. So, and I know it's hard, and I know my team's the same way. Sometimes we need to hear it from someone else before we truly believe it. But like Allie and Liesl and Lindsay are freaking rock stars. And you need to be picking their brains for everything that they have to say, because I'm telling you, they know how to build this business. And if they're telling you information and you're not taking it and running with it, it's another shot in the foot. So we're up to 3 shots in the foot. Don't be that person. All right. I like this more objection post on my wall. Very good. Morgan, I'm challenging you to do that tomorrow. I'm going to creep on your page to see. And this is recorded, so I'll remember. Invite challengers to coach, adding value to them, asking them if they've considered coaching. I love it. Send 3 of those tomorrow. Invite those doing other things such as Couch to 5K, CrossFit. Yes. Those are great. Keeping it simple. Yes, Callie. Short and sweet, be sincere. Look at you, Ashley, sending messages right now. That's what I'm talking about. Cherry on top. I love it. So you guys got some good info. I feel like I did better this time than I did in Destin.
You're a good teacher. Well, you've been practicing, It's good. Good. Anybody else have any questions for Jen? Jen, thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, thank you I'm sorry for my delay, and I'm also sorry.
You're fine. I was like,
they had a meeting on the other computer.
She's not going to bail on us. We'll wing it here. We'll just kill some time.
And I didn't read. I'm sorry I was being distracted. I could tell they were making fun of me because I was like, you guys can hop on and I'll be on so I can record it from mine since I have the the paid for one now. I upgraded.
Yeah, I did.
So I had it going on and I could see them. I read a part in the chat bar. I was like, is she doing that recruiting call right now? I can tell.
That's so fun. No worries.
Thank you
Jen, thank
having
you
me.
so much. And I was recording too. So my team and Classically Fit, I'll make sure I get this recording out to you. It is one you're definitely, I'm going to sound like the National Wake Up Call, but this is one you're definitely going to want to replay and rewatch and take more notes and go implement it too, guys. Don't just hear and store information and not act upon it. Go implement it, like Jen said. She's going to creep on your Facebook pages. So that right there should be incentive enough. Okay? All right, guys, let's go ahead and get out there and recruit. All right? Thanks, Jen. Bye.